Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Let's get started with another playthrough of Demonheart. We are still on chapter 1 and this is part 3. I know I said I was going to post more tomorrow, but I thought, why the heck not? Let's just get it done today. So let's get started. Okay, where we last left off, Bright got the job with Orchid and had to do kind of like a little competition with another applicant. Turned out to be a witch herself, and she promptly got kicked out when she was doing something she wasn't supposed to be doing. Let's see. Journal entries. Let's start with Ari. Ari, my competitor for becoming Orchid's assistant, turned out to be a thief sent by another witch to steal something valuable from Orchid. What she was after, Orchid wouldn't tell me. She said that Ari was likely a witch herself. Let's go to Demonhearts. It's an update. Okay. Let's see. New part. It is said that Demonhearts can't have children and that their demonic essence makes them do evil deeds. Apparently being a Demonheart is illegal in the kingdom of Shamir and can get a person arrested. Mark's recommendation. Blech. After I started living with Orchid, Mark came to ask for a favor. He needed Orchid's influence to become a knight. Orchid wanted to write him a recommendation, but I urged her not to do it. Thank goodness, that dude does not need to be a knight. On the Demon Spawn. I've taken a glance at this book that's apparently famous among witches. The authors were a mistress and I think I already read that. Maybe? Did I? No, I'll just keep reading it. The authors were a mistress and apprentice witch known as Sick and Rin. I think it's Sick and not... Is it Sick or Psych? I'm reading her name as Sick. What they did was absolutely sick and disgusting. These witches managed to obtain a demon spawn child. They imprisoned and tortured him to provide humanity with knowledge about these rare creatures. They named the child Dorius and published the book with their findings on the year I was born. They found the demon baby staring at his mother's body, which was hanging from a tree. The woman had committed suicide in an attempt to kill Dorius before he was born. It was believed that the demon spawn somehow found his freedom and murdered the witches in revenge for his captivity. Good for the demon spawn. I know most games, witches aren't really that bad, but, these two, Sick and Rin, yeah. I was rooting for the demon spawn on that one. Okay, let's continue. Oh, wait. Before we continue, we are going for the rebel character, and right now I'm at 60% defiant and 65% good. I gotta get that defiant back up. I unfortunately started making some tactful choices which did not help me in the long run. I went from 75% to 60%, so we got to get that defiant back up. One day, Orchid spent a lot of time locked inside her bedroom. I thought she was busy making something she didn't want me to discover. I saw her bringing some strange ingredients such as leather straps. I wondered how she was using those. Then she finally went to the kitchen to make something... She finally went to the kitchen to make some dinner. She did that all by herself every day. Actually, she had been getting kind of fat. She left her bedroom unlocked. I wondered if she'd notice if I snuck in. Decided to take my chance. I went to ask her what she's been doing. Take my chance. Got a defiant. Oh, the cat followed me in there. That's a pretty necklace. Finally, it became clear. Those were not potion ingredients. Orchid had been making jewelry. A magical amulet, I guessed. It looked rather enchanting. I wished it had been a simple necklace fit for a commoner. Why did she have to make them magical? That way I couldn't afford it? Again, I can't read today. I can't read any day, apparently. That way I couldn't afford them.
Bright, what are you doing here?
Just snooping around. I thought you wanted me to clean your room. I turned to face her, all frightened. I've only been gone for a second. No matter, I was going to show you what this is all about either way.
This is an amulet of true love. As long as a person wears it, they will love you forever.
Kinda creepy. Wouldn't it be handy to have such a trinket? No, I wouldn't want false love. Of course it would. How do you force someone to wear it? But that is wrong. I don't know. What is the purpose of love? Orchid laughed. I'm watching you and I can't quite tell if you believe me.
In truth, this amulet is going to be so much more. It will be a powerful means of communication.
Oh, cool. And I want you to have it. So that I can talk with you? You made this for me? I'd be honored to wear it. You want to put a spell on me? But I don't want to be in love with you. There will not be any spells on you, only the amulet. I had never laid eyes upon something so beautiful. I knew it was magic, but I couldn't resist it. It moved on its own, or Orchid had moved it with her magic. It is kind of pretty. The necklace flew through the air and settled down around my neck. But except for the amulet touching my skin, I didn't feel any different. I did feel some admiration for Orchid, but I thought I always had. The amulet hadn't done anything there. Also, I would like to invite you to dinner tonight. Dun dun dun. Dinner? Where? Dinner? It's a love amulet after all, isn't it? Why? Okay, can I refuse? There's something important I need to tell you, and I would like your full attention. Dot. Curious to hear what she had to tell me, I waited for Orchid to lay the table. She called me downstairs when it was all ready. It seemed she really outdid herself with that dinner. We sat down facing each other in the candlelight.
Have a taste of this, dear. I made it just for you.
She showed me a dish with a small, almost black grilled steak in honey. Steak. I'm delighted, but you shouldn't have bothered. Maybe now is not a good time to tell you, but I don't like meat. I poked the meat with the tip of a knife, and made a face.
Please, Bright, I was going to tell you. I'm expecting a child, and I've put so much effort in this dinner.
Okay, but how long have you been pregnant? Okay, but who is the father? Congratulations. I guess I could try it. The steak was crunchy, yet despite all the honey, it had a strong bitter taste. Orchid laughed as I reached out for my wine glass. Actually, the steak was terrible. I was not feeling well. I was head down on the table and I couldn't see anything. Bright dear. It will pass. I felt her cold hand caressing my hair.
I love all the people in this town, especially you, Bright. But not as much as I love my son. You will have to love him for me.
What? Sure. I want you to keep him safe. Protect him from those who would do him harm and teach him to protect himself.
Promise me.
I promise no. I'll do the good thing and promise her. Oh, shit! Crap. I got a tactful. That probably negated my defiance earlier. Not by much. 70% defiant, 65% good. Thank you. I know you mean it.
His name is going to be Ray's. Do you think he'll like it?
I don't know. It doesn't sound very nice. It's a good name. How can you tell it's going to be a boy? Don't talk to me as if nothing happened. What have you done to me? Orchid wouldn't answer me. She just looked down at her stomach. Then I understood. She hadn't been getting fat. She really was pregnant. But I could swear her stomach had grown too quickly. I would never hurt you. Remember that. Right. I'm not so sure about that. I almost died there. I'm quitting this job and I never want to return here. Right. I want to give you a free evening to spend time with your parents. Go to them, calm down a little, and return in the morning, okay? Everything will be fine, I promise. Okay, I could use some fresh air. I nodded and thought about escaping from her service forever. Good night, dear. As I stumbled out of the dining room, I saw the cat all ruffled. He started hissing at me. Great, I thought he liked me. It all felt like a huge conspiracy. Even the cat was against me. Ignore the cat as I hurried out. There was something wrong with him. I had never seen him so upset. I picked up Mr. Edgardo to try and calm him down. I hurried out. I'm going to pick him up. Mr. Edgardo tried clawing out of my arms, but he didn't attack me. As I stroked his back, I noticed something strange with his fur. Some of his hair was missing, and I could see dark scars across his pale skin. Across his pink skin. Man, I cannot read today. What is wrong with me? I keep putting words there and mixing words up. I was certain he didn't have those when I first saw him. But I had to leave Mr. Edgardo alone. I had other things to deal with. As I walked out of Orchid's garden and into the street, it started raining. But I wasn't going back, not now. So I started running. It was a cold night, a summer rain. The amulet that attached itself to my neck was warm. I tried, but I couldn't remove it. It was as if the thing had a will of its own. I could swear it moved and tightened when I tried to take it off. I couldn't find any kind of clasp on it either. Perhaps I should try a knife when I get home, I thought. Who did she think she was, forcing this magical thing on me? I wanted nothing to do with it. I thought I'd rather keep it and discover what it does. It didn't matter. It looked kind of fancy. Let's go with that one. I ran all the way to my parents' house.
Bright? Gods, get inside. You need to change your clothes.
Change into what? I don't have anything nice here. Yes, mother. ... Your father is at his friend's place. He's been upset about his feeling useless. I am having a hard time keeping him away from his drinking mates. So, you've basically been spending all of Bright's money on gaudy, fancy clothing and him on drinking. Good to know.
But what happened over there?
Mother had been so happy about my job, she fully trusted Orchid. I wonder if I should tell her.
Why did Orchid let you out in the rain?
She is doing things I don't approve of, and I don't want to work for her anymore. Orchid gave me the day off of work. The rain just caught me halfway here. She is just scatterbrained. Orchid is a huge bitch. Oh, I don't want to... She's a scatterbrain. Oh, crap, it was tactful again. Hold on. Oh, okay, I was worried something was wrong. Still at 70, thank goodness. Something is wrong. Orchid scares me. Did you know Orchid is pregnant? No, there's nothing wrong but the rain. Pregnant, but she's not married. It sounds like there will be a scandal. Nah, no one is going to question her about it. Yeah, she's hiding it from her customers. That's why she needed an assistant. It's supposed to be a secret. Don't tell those mouthy friends of yours.
Did she give you that necklace?
Yeah, she didn't give it to me. She made it fly and attach itself to my neck against my will. Yes, it's supposed to be magical, but I'm not sure what it does. Yes, no, I bought it from her. What? Why would she do that? When you go back, tell her that I demand an explanation. If it's a working thing, that's fine, but a necklace that can't be removed, that's just silly. I'm not going back. Okay. You can't give up. This is the best job any of us could have hoped for. God, you just want her money. You'll think about it in the morning when you're wiser. Yeah, I don't think she's gonna change her mind overnight.
So how is Mark doing? Any news about the wedding?
Yeah, that's not happening. Mark tried to use me for his advancement, but I asked Orchid not to help him. He hasn't talked to me since. You sure know how to pick the wrong topic. Mark, now that I've saved some money, I don't need to marry him anymore. Let's go that one. Yes, defiance. Yay, fine. I'll leave you alone since all of my topics are wrong. You come home so seldom and now you don't even want to talk to me. I was sorry that it turned out that way, but she was asking all the wrong questions. Mother turned away from me to do some housework. Since I started living with Orchid, she and Father had more space. Tonight, with my return, it was going to be packed tight again. If Father came back for the night, that is. I slept under my bedsheets. I didn't know how Orchid intended to hide her pregnancy until the end. I had heard tales of pregnant witches being cursed. If they had known Orchid was pregnant, people would have stopped trusting anything she made for them. But then everyone loved Orchid. Would they really mind? I thought they'd be bound to learn about the baby when it was born. I didn't know why it became so hot. I tossed and turned in my bed, trying to get comfortable enough to fall asleep. A commotion in front of the door easily woke me. My mother was arguing with some men, pleading them. Suddenly, a city guard barged in. I didn't know this man. I trust that you are Bright. I could see more guards through the front door.
Please, her father isn't even here.
Wolf, restrain this woman. One of the guards held my mother back. What do you want from us? Can I help you? I stare at them in silence.
You are under arrest for the murder of our town healer and treason against our town.
What?
I'm telling you, she couldn't kill a mouse.
Murder? Orchid? I didn't do anything. You can't declare me a town traitor without a trial? I haven't murdered anyone recently.
You have murdered the witch Orchid, and all the good townspeople who will perish without her aid.
I have been ordered not to talk with you, wicked creature. You may have tricked our benefactor witch into trusting you, but I will not be another one of your victims.
Come in silence. Your public execution awaits.
See, this is one of the things. It's like, wait, she's having a public execution before a trial? There was no trial at all. No investigation, no nothing. How did Orchid die? What about her baby? No, Orchid was a child. What became of Mr. Edgardo? I didn't do it, Sir Officer. Please, don't let them kill me. You can kill me, but the real enemy is still on the loose. I wept for Orchid. Let's go with the first one. Enough of your tricks. There was no baby. What became of Mr. Edgardo? I didn't do it, Sir Officer. Oh, these are just one. I'll choose this one. Stop pretending, murderer. You gutted Orchid and splattered the walls with her blood. What? Then you pushed her body into the stove in a feeble attempt to get rid of the overwhelming evidence. The smoke drew attention. We broke in to discover the gruesome scene. Her head was hanging out of the oven, her face still recognizable. There's no doubt of what you've done. That's no proof that it was me. You're the ones who did it. No, you have to believe me. You won't take me without a fight. Well, that's not proof. You are the evil snake who infiltrated Orchid's house and made her turn away from the rest of the town. Be silent and move. Again, that probably wouldn't have worked. Like, no trial, no actual investigation. Heck, no, I don't know. Maybe if this wasn't a fantasy world and it was actually medieval times, yeah. Men used to blame women for all sorts of crap all the time. They forcibly dragged me through the door.
My child has done nothing. May the demons find you all.
I had never watched an execution in Feline. I had seen the execution grounds, but only from a distance. I could never force myself to watch. But now I was walking those same very grounds. Lord Second rarely issued execution orders. A person would need to commit a truly terrible crime to get there, but I had done nothing. Now I understood why this place had a fence. There was an angry mob on the other side shouting insults at me. Justice! You murdered our sick! I didn't do it! Keep quiet. I didn't do it. My son! My brother! My daughter! I'm innocent! You should burn like our beloved Orchid. Justice! This isn't justice. If only there was something I could do. Anyone who would believe me. Where was Mark?
Walk up the ramp. Make this quicker for all of us.
Wait, I wish to speak to Mark. I doubt Mark will come along. Do not make me use force. When we ascended the ramp, I found some more grim-looking men waiting for me. But there was also a crouching figure that didn't belong there. The old man whom I seemed to have met somewhere before.
How did you get up here, old man?
I wish to give the condemned her last blessing.
The Lord said no priests. Who let him in? A priest? It hardly mattered anymore. Duck down behind the wall, old man, or we'll have to kill you too. We can't have a cultist performing rites at a public execution.
Are you innocent, child?
Yes, sir, of course I am. I nodded as tears ran down my... He gently squeezed my hand.
When the Father's descendants come to walk this earth, the twisted world that has scorned you will be gone. The ones who are true will be held high, and punishment will only arrive on those who deserve it. But that day is not today, and I will weep for you, child.
I nodded. Thank you. Of what use is that to me? I just nod.
Are you finished? Over here, convict.
There wasn't even a trial. She wasn't even convicted. She can't be a convict. The guard yanked me to his side, handing me over to the executioner. The world around me spun at the sight of the killing apparatus. It's a guillotine. Ugh. Lord Second was down with his men. The common folk dared not approach them, but his words rang loudly for everyone to hear.
By my lordly rights, I hereby sentence Bright, who stands before me, to death by beheading.
I am innocent, I fell to my knees. It seemed no one but the old cultists believed me. The guards just wanted to get it over with. A huge masked man shoved me towards the guillotine, and I fell to my knees. I closed my eyes and waited. Suddenly, I was someplace else. Looking up, I saw the bloody guillotine from which I had fallen. I couldn't feel my body, but I was still there. What am I thought. Am I just I wanted to scream, but couldn't. It didn't work. I slowly became aware of the strange, sick reality around me. The screams of blurring people were deafening. Huge footsteps were shaking the ground, but it didn't affect me because I seemed to be floating. I didn't want to look down. I knew there was nothing there. I wanted to disappear, but I couldn't. Why was I still aware? I saw people running and dying. Infernal beasts were slaughtering everyone, but they seemed to ignore me. Perhaps a floating head wasn't such an attractive entity to terrorize, especially since I was already dead. There was nothing else for me to do in this landscape of insanity but move around and look for something. The screams and the burning noises were constant. I could almost ignore them. I searched for something to help me. I searched for a way to end myself. I'm not gonna end myself. Ah, crap. Something or someone, a friend maybe, but it seemed I'd never had any friends. Then I found a face in the flames, a demonic face. Hello? Help me. ... He couldn't see me. He was someplace else. Then the fire gave way into an actual demon child. He seemed real, unlike the other demons who were only shadows. His body was twisted back, spasming in agony, yet he spoke to me. Headman Rot. And this is a little Demonheart, keeping me silent. Decipher the message. Enslaved. Rotted men. Decipher. Then he faded away. The dying people appeared to run through me, and the other demons avoided me. It was as if I didn't exist. I knew I had to find the demon boy again. He was the only one who acknowledged my existence. So I kept floating around searching for him. the pain, it's even unbearable. There we go. More myth. My mother. He disappeared again, but I knew I would find him. Finally, I saw the demon child standing up ahead. He was still twisted back and screaming in agony. I saw a glimpse of something behind his hooved feet. It was my body. The boy kept screaming. His pain was more terrifying than all the death I had witnessed. It was my first real nightmare. Is this death? It felt real. Why could I still feel the ground with my hands? Da, da, da.
Rise from the dead, will you? God's damn demon.
You can rise all you want now. You'll rot here until you're a demon skeleton. What was wrong with that man? He was yelling at me and I could hardly understand him. You think you crossed us over? You think you can break the law as you see fit because you sold your soul to the God's damn demons? My son and my grandsons will work here and spit on you as I do now. I finally dared to touch my throat. I was whole, but I was not certain this was life. And that is how I ended up in prison. ... Soon after I made sure my body was whole once again, I realized that I still had the amulet Orchid gave me. Just as I've been unable to remove it, so have the people who put me here. They took all my belongings and dressed me in rags, but the jeweled amulet still warms my neck in this cold dungeon. It will be a means of communication, Orchid said, but with whom? She is dead. I couldn't tell what time it was when I last fell asleep, nor when I woke. Time is only an illusion in this damp dungeon. I don't even know how long I've been here. Months, I think? I tried counting meals, but ended up losing track of the numbers, especially since I've been dreaming about this place too. I don't think this is the prison of Feline. I can't hear any other inmates. The guard refuses to tell me anything useful. He always throws my food to the ground and spits on it. He also spits on me. When he can reach me, he lashes his whip at the bars of my cell. He despises me, but above all, I think he's afraid of me. He's convinced that I have something to do with demons. I've been recalling that night for so long. The special dinner with Orchid, when she revealed that she was with child. No one else was aware of it. She wanted to keep it a secret. That's why she needed someone to receive her customers. The next thing I knew, she was dead. No one else seemed to know or care about her baby. It was only their sick brothers, sons, daughters, and their justice. And then I remember how I fell on the cobblestone without my body. But now it's here, and I think I might be going insane. Soon after I ended up here, someone came to see me.
Demon! You have a visitor.
The guard spat inside my cell. It was Mark. Blech. If anyone could help me, it was my betrothed. Ugh.
Bright, it grieves me to see you in this state.
I'm innocent. You surely believe me. Don't look at me. My love, can you get me out of here? Do you have to be so formal? His face is stone cold up, almost if he didn't recognize me. There's little hope for your sentence to be undone. The people firmly believe that you are the murderer, and it would take magic to convince them otherwise.
Everyone hates you, Bright.
Oops. I am not a knight yet, but I soon will be. Surely you understand that one in high service of our town and kingdom must not be related to an outlaw. I have come to bid you farewell. You cannot mean that. You poor coward, go and suck your lord's dick. Just go. I understand. There we go. He shook his head solemnly and left without another word. Mark's abandonment left me more broken than ever. At least he had the decency to say farewell. That pig should not have come to taunt me if he couldn't help. I knew that would happen. But if Mark could come visit me, why haven't I seen my family? Maybe only law officers are allowed here? Sometimes I wonder if it's been months or years. One day or night, as I lay in the dust, I hear a raspy voice calling out to me.
Here, kitty, kitty.
I open my eyes to see a shadow of a huge man crouching at my arm's reach. And I immediately recognized he was not my guard, and strangely I felt more fear than anything. It took me a moment to realize the man was on the other side of the bars. He had left something on the ground in my cell.
So, this little thing.
He was only a dark shape. The torchlight behind him shone in my eyes, but I knew I had never met him. He turned to look back, and some light reflected in his teeth. I thought I had caught a glimpse of a grin on his face. I crawled closer to check what he had left me. I pushed back against the wall, hugging my knees. I'll crawl closer. It was a small cake in a paper cup. I was shocked. Good kitten.
I hear you babies from feline fancy suites. Even dangerous outlaws such as yourself.
What? Why would you bring me this? I'm not a dangerous outlaw. Who are you? And where are you from? Can you get me out of here? Let's see. I'm not a dangerous outlaw. They all say that once they're behind bars. Who are you? Where are you from? Can you get me out of here? Heck, most people would be spitting out their bloody teeth if they had the guts to ask me that. But you really have no idea, being a domestic feline kitty. I'm sorry, I don't care. I'm gonna stay a little silent.
I'm almost sorry that they don't have a better prison for soft little girls like you.
But let me tell you, that shithead guard of yours is a nice guy. You obviously haven't been to Scarswall. Is it Scars or Scares? Oh well, Scarswall. That's just how I'm going to say it, Scarswall. Our neighbor city, governed by the tyrant Lord Mace. I've been hanging around prisons for a long time. You should see what we do to girls like you in Scarswall. No, thank you. I don't need to see that, you sick monster. So you're another asshole prison guard. The other guy's pal from Scarswall? Oh, that mouth on you. What would you do if I was his replacement? No thanks. Bring the other pig back, please. Uh, I haven't played this game in a while. I need to play it more often. I used to play it like a bunch. But, you know, life got in the way. So, some of these answers are getting to me. No thanks. Bring the other pig back, please. You're all the same to me. I would appreciate it. At least you don't spit in my cell.
Hey! That's enough socializing with the prisoner, sir.
She is nothing special. As you can surely see, she is nothing. Is that so? Except, of course, that she is a demon and a murderer. They must have told you.
Are you a demon, sweetheart?
No, of course not. Yes, and you are both fucked. Rawr. Sounds more like a house cat to me. The godforsaken snake thinks it's all a joke. Even as a demon, she is still only a commoner who committed a cowardly crime. She sold her soul for nothing, if you ask me. It's a good thing I'm not asking you. You're used to having a lot of authority here, huh? Over this one poor tortured convict? I'm only doing my duty. I'd prefer it if these demon and witches could disintegrate and leave this world in peace. But it ain't happening. I need some water real quick. Yeah, right now I'm battling some allergy funk going on. Pollen count here is god awful. Would you prefer it if I were to disintegrate also? No, sir, I said no such thing. Hint, hint. Apologies if I came across as impolite. I don't think she is worth talking to is all. I'll be the judge of that. You shut up before I wipe the floor with your useless hide. ...
So, I've seen you. Not your best hair day, I imagine.
After everything, it's the hair day. Stop looking at me. I'm much prettier out in the open. How observant of you. And... oh crap! I got another tactful. Well, I'd take you home if it were up to me, but you'll have to wait for someone else. The stranger threw one last glance at me, but I still couldn't see his face. He left without giving me any explanation. And I'm left to spend another day in the darkness of this cold dungeon.
You, demon, wake up!
What? Why?
Your cell's unlocked. Get out.
Why are you releasing me? I won't fall for it, bastard. I throw myself at the bars, impatient to leave this place. Blasted demon. He spits on the ground. You've got some friends in the Southern Alliance. Well, not on this side of the Alliance. The Southern Alliance. It must mean that the Lord of Feline agreed to form some kind of deal with the Lord of Scarswall. I don't know why Lord Second agreed to that, when he stated publicly many times that what he thinks of Lord Mace and his ways. The man who was here earlier, the guard called him Sir. Could he be the one of the notorious Scarswall Knights? These friends, what do they want from me? I'm just gonna keep silent. Out with you. Your new bitch of a friend is waiting upstairs. I'll be back for you one day. I leave without a word. Stumbling out of my cell, I find a spiral stairway leading upward into darkness. I climb the top. Again, I can't read worth a darn. I climb the stairs for a long time, but the place hardly becomes any brighter. I don't know what kind of prison this is. Finally, I come upon a hallway. It is lined with old torture equipment. There's a light coming from the distance. The shadows move as a woman carrying the torch emerges from the other side to meet me. Her fancy white cloak reflects light as she walks. A white cloak is normally the wear of Scarswall law officers. It's becoming clear. Its clasp is a wall-shaped emblem.
Don't be afraid. I'm the one who brought the order for your release. My name is Rose Jaden. I'm an ambassador of Scarswall.
And she looks more like a cutthroat to me. Hi, hello, ambassador. My name is Bright. What do you want?
Lord Mace and Lord Second have finally formed the alliance that my lord proposed.
The knights and ambassadors of Scarswall are now officially your superiors. You don't have to be formal with me, though. Where are we? Why did our lords form an alliance? Why did they set me free? Remain silent. Lord Mace has always wanted to be on friendly terms with the other southern settlements. Your lord seemed to think he could do on his own until trouble started. But for Scarswall to be forming alliances within the kingdom, what does the king have to say about that? What trouble? Where are we? Why'd they set me free? Where are we? This is a prison for demons, mad witches, and other monstrous law offenders. It's just outside of Feline, but well underground. Not many people are familiar with its existence. Demons. Why did they set me free? So they say, but I don't think they could actually keep demons here. Half demons, maybe. Actual demons can't survive in this world. Oh, were you wondering why you are here? Why, you resurrected after death, and therefore considered a part demon thing. Is there some evidence to me being part demon, or is it just what people think? Why did they set me free? Your resurrection is all the evidence anyone would need. It really has something to do with demons. This is known. As for the people, most of them believe you are dead. Why did they set me free?
Something strange is happening in the forest east of Feline. Wargs have started to come out and attack your city.
What are wargs? Ever taken a walk in the deep forest? You obviously haven't. Well, wargs are like wolves, except much worse, and they attack humans. Chased up a tree, your cat lord cried for Scarswall's aid. We did what we could and pushed the beasts back into the forest, but the attacks never stopped. The kitten army now holds a camp at a more convenient location as defense against the pouring beasts. This is where you and I are headed. Why me? What? ...
With the healing capabilities you have shown, you will be of vital use in the war.
What healing capabilities? How quickly did I recover? I see. War? I can't go to war. In less than an hour, I was told. It's pretty impressive. Not many people know what happened to you after the beheading. It would have raised too much a commotion. Your lord said something about setting you free if you can help in putting an end to this war. I really can't read. Well, I can read, it's just everything gets jumbled up for me sometimes. Still, you would not be allowed to live in Feline where everyone saw you executed. Lord Second might get in... Let me reread that. Lord Second might get in trouble for housing a Demonheart in his city. Demonheart? Yes, it's just a cute name for the demon thing that you are.
Oh, I almost forgot. You received a letter from your lord.
Clearly not meant for me, seeing that tight packaging and your mighty cat symbol. I didn't want to bother trying to open it. Cat Brain thinks he can hide something. I'll just turn my back while you read it. Good, you snake. You can read it with me. Oh, splendid.
Prisoner, if you are reading this, then an agent of Scarswall by the name of Rose Jaden has already given you your orders.
You are to treat the officers of Scarswall as your superiors. You shall not murder them like you did our benefactor witch. So charming. I hope my letter has not been opened by the wrong hands, because I have a few words of warning for you. This should be good.
I have always said a feline convict is worth more than a Scarswall ambassador.
Ha ha ha. I guess I should not have let you read it. Can you stop looking, please? Is he an idiot? Yes, he is, but I already knew what he thinks of us. The Scarswallers are only loyal to one another, and only in order to protect their own skins. Still, I trust that this time they will do what's in the best interest of all of us. Formerly, there is still a man of mine in command of the camp. Report to him, and do not share any unnecessary information with the Scarswallers. They will surely keep themselves informed. He is so ungrateful. We should have let the wargs eat his family. See how he'd like that. Most of our men do not know what you are, and I urge you not to inform them. I'm working beyond the king's law on your behalf. You are released on the condition that you obey my orders. Make any indiscretion, and my men will hunt you down and bring you back to the dungeon.
When you return from your mission, you will be granted a new trial.
I wasn't granted a trial in the first place. How amateurish. In Scarswell, you would have at least gotten a fake one.
Come with me. You'll need to wash yourself and don some armor.
Armor? Okay. We move on through the dark building until we reach a strange room. Let's see, there's a mirror, some armor, a book. A book on the shelf is tempting me to pick it up, but I shouldn't do it with Rose watching. She seems to be in a hurry. A bath? There's an improvised bath here made from an old coffin, I think. Armor. I suppose this is the armor Rose mentioned is waiting for me. Mirror. A broken mirror on the wall reflects the dark shades of the torture equipment scattered about. It's been such a long time since I've seen my reflection. The first thing that grabs my attention is the scar across my neck. Unnaturally dark and jagged, it contaminates my appearance. I can't avert my eyes from it. I only hope that others won't be paying it much attention. Maybe I can cover it up with clothing. Chains and shackles are everywhere, along with other restraining devices. How many prisoners can this place hold? Passageway. This passage ends in a big metal gate that might be the exit from this place. Prison cell, prison cell. There are some empty cells along the wall. Who knows how long they haven't been used. Okay, let's continue.
Don't just stand there. Get in the water.
When you're done, take the armor over there. It used to be mine. I'll be waiting outside. Don't try anything stupid. Rose leaves through the dark passage, and I prepare to enter the creepy coffin bath. The water isn't very warm, but right now, its silky touch feels like a luxury. I have a short time of relief in the water. Nothing can wash away what they did to me, but I am so close to freedom now. I will have my life back soon. I will prove my innocence and return to my peaceful life. Everything will go back to normal. Yeah, right. Things will never be the same again. I will not make the same mistakes. As soon as I am out of this place, everyone will pay. After I've done my best to clean and dry myself, I take the armor Rose has left me. It's a sturdy leather armor, beautiful in making, but maybe a bit old. I actually like it. It was made to protect, but not to encumber, as if some kind of rogue warrior. Something isn't quite right with this armor. There's something stuck under the belt. It fell out. What is it? Poison? If working with Orchid has taught me anything, this is definitely not a cure. The liquid seems clear and it has no smell. I suppose it's designed to be mixed with someone's food or drink. I have no need of this. I'll figure out what to do with it later. Stays with me. Good times are about to start. I wish I had more hidden weapons like this. Let's go with the middle. There is another thing here that catches my attention. I noticed this book while Rose was still here, but I thought she'd object if I took the time to examine it. Picking it up, I see a demon's head on the cover, and the book appears old. Carefully, I lift the cover and shift through the pages, only to find the book is empty. I've missed being able to write. I could probably improvise some writing equipment. There's so much on my mind that I need to remember. I don't think anyone will notice this thing gone. And I think... Is this the end of chapter 1? I can't tell for sure. I'm just gonna go out to meet Rose. Actually, I think we will end it here. I hope everybody enjoyed watching, and maybe if I get the chance sometime later today, I will get chapter 2 recorded for parts 1 and 2. I do believe I'm gonna try and fit in chapter 2 into 2 parts, 3 at most, just like this one. Yeah, let's see where our character's at real quick before we get on with it. 80% defiant, 60% good. Okay, so we're still on track to be a rebel. Again, try and get more videos posted as soon as I can. I hope everybody has a great day, and if you like the video, click the like button below, and if you haven't subscribed yet, click the subscribe button as well. Hope everybody has a nice day.